Hey friends, Gary here. For a while, people have been looking for a smaller, lightweight, enthusiast mirrorless camera with great set of features at a great price point that they can use for everyday photography as well as for travel. Micro Four Thirds camera system used to excel in this category. However, lately they are focusing more on professional grade cameras and lenses, which are great because they make Micro Four Thirds become considered more by professional photographers. However, the enthusiast market felt a little bit left out with these newer professional releases, and they still want a compact, lightweight mirrorless camera with enthusiast grade level of features. Just a few days ago, OM System announced the OM-3, a small, vintage, retro-inspired mirrorless camera in Micro Four Thirds format with great set of features made for enthusiasts in a weather-sealed body as well. Wow, is this a camera that we've been waiting for? Now, today I want to share my thoughts and observation of this camera, and hopefully what I'll share today will be useful for you when deciding whether the OM-3 is the right camera for you or not. However, be mindful that this is not a full review. I do not have the actual working unit right here. This is just based on my observations of the specification and the things that I'm able to find online. So again, not a full review, just my reaction, my impression of the OM-3. Now, let's go over quickly with the specification of the OM-3. This is not the detailed specification, you can find it easily online, but this is just some key features. First of all, again, a retro-inspired design. It's like an old film camera from Olympus. I think it looks kind of nice and it starts to grow on me. And then it has 20 megapixel Micro Four Thirds sensor. I think it's a similar sensor to the one found in the OM-1 Mark II. And then it can do 4K recording for video. And then it has in-body stabilizer, class leading, I'm quite sure, because this is an OM system camera. And then it has electronic viewfinder, fully articulating screen, weather sealing, and I could not really find any info about face detect autofocus, but I'm quite sure continuous autofocus on the OM-3 will be great. And then also what's important for me is the dimension and size. First, let's talk about dimension. It's 13.9 centimeters by 8.9 centimeters by 4.6 centimeters. It's a little bit wide, but it is still compact in my opinion, not too thick. And then in terms of weight, it is 496 grams. I think it is not too heavy for what it is. I think it's almost like my GX85, a little bit heavier. Heftier as well, but it will feel nice on the hand. Now I want to share my expectation first. I haven't actually touched the camera. Again, I don't have a working unit right here, but let's observe a little bit of the history of the recent releases of Micro Four Thirds cameras. In my opinion, all of these times we have Micro Four Thirds cameras that are almost perfect but missing a couple of key features in a way. For example, in 2021, we have the Panasonic Lumix G100. Oh, it's a perfect, compact, little Micro Four Thirds camera that has plenty of nice features, but it's missing in-body stabilizer and it really hurts it a lot in my opinion. And then we have a recently released Lumix G97. I think it's a great camera, very similar actually to my Panasonic Lumix G85, and wow, what a nice update in my opinion. However, it's missing the face detect autofocus that the newer Lumix cameras has, and that's like, that's a key feature. And then we also have the Panasonic Lumix GH7, G9 Mark II from OM System. We have the OM-1 Mark II. All of them are perfect cameras. However, they are big, they are heavy, and they are expensive because they are professional level cameras. It's always a similar story. We have a camera that does this and does that, but it doesn't have EVF. And then another camera that does this, does that, but doesn't have manual video mode. It grinds my gear that we cannot have everything that we want. And when we have a camera that has perfect set of features, it's usually very expensive. And my expectation here, without looking at the details of the OM-3, is that it is that kind of camera, a camera that has nice features. It's not terribly large or heavy, but it will be expensive, and I think I'm right. The release price of the OM-3 is around $19.99 US. That's quite a lot for an enthusiast camera. The most I would pay for an enthusiast Micro Four Thirds mirrorless cameras is about $1,000 US, and that was my Panasonic Lumix GX8 back then in 2015. That was really revolutionary. There's no other cameras from other formats with that much features being crammed into a compact and lightweight camera body, and it is still very respective until these days. And now the OM-3, I think it's a little bit almost like the GX8 Mark II from OM system, but the price is just unfortunate in my opinion. It's a little bit out of budget for most enthusiasts in my opinion. Some people will be able to justify that price, but I think for most of us it will be a little bit too high. However, there are lots of things to like from the OM-3. First of all, size and weight, as I mentioned on the specifications earlier. I think although it's a little bit wide, it's not terribly heavy, and I think for that size and weight you get lots of features. It is very close to my GX85, but it has that articulating screen and also the microphone jack, and then a more enhanced 4K recording and weather sealing. Wow, at that size and that weight, that is actually quite impressive. Another thing that I like, as I mentioned before, is the design. I'm quite bored with all cameras looking like a pseudo DSLR. Not that it's ugly, but it's just too utilitarian sometimes. Maybe occasionally we want our cameras to look handsome so that it inspires us to shoot more often with it, and I think the OM-3 is the answer. It has its own charm. I think I'm all into the design of that camera, and I start to see a little bit of similarities between OM-3 and the Pan F. It's like the Pan F but with a raised center viewfinder. Another thing that I like from the OM-3 is the addition of microphone jack. Finally, nowadays we are living in the age where video also matters as much as photo. So a camera that can do both is really appreciated, and the OM-3 has the ability to plug in external proper microphone to get better sound quality. Good job. Fully articulating screen, I think, is also a welcome feature. This is maybe a little bit on the controversial side of things because some people actually prefer it fully articulating. I love it to be able to, do vertical composition with a fully articulating screen, but I know some people hate it. Some people just prefer something that's just tilting up and down because it is more discreet and more stealthy when you're doing street photography. So yeah, maybe you don't like it, but for me, I think that is perfect. Next thing that I like is weather sealing. Wow, a nice surprise. A retro styled, vintage style camera, but with a weather sealing. That's quite a rare breed, and I think that will be very useful because sometimes when you're doing street photography, it's gonna be raining or snowing, and when your camera is more rugged, that'll give you that peace of mind. Wow, good job OM system. You were able to implement plenty of correct features into that small, lightweight, retro-inspired, beautifully designed body, and I think that's just such an impressive camera. I cannot really find any technical faults in terms of specification and first impression of the OM-3, so really nice. Again, the only thing that I don't like from the OM-3 is not the specification, it's not what it can or cannot do, it's just the price. It is very premium in my opinion, and for that price you can get plenty of different kinds of other camera formats for maybe even less, but with more technical features. You can get Nikon ZF or whatever, Canon R7 and Sony this and that. Yeah, it's just that the competition is getting fiercer nowadays, and putting a camera at a premium will definitely make it seem less competitive. This is a problem in the micro four thirds world recently with all the new releases. What used to be a cost-effective solution to get a compact, lightweight, mirrorless camera now becomes prohibitively expensive and less people could afford it. Now the big question, will I get the OM-3? And there's no straightforward answer. First, there are things that I cannot cover in this video since again I don't have a working unit of the OM-3. I cannot really measure the tactility, the fun factor of the camera, how intuitive is the OM-3 to use on the field, and then also the enjoyment factor. All these kind of things needs to be observed first before I can make such a decision. Also, as I mentioned before, the price, it's out of budget for me, unfortunately. For the price of the OM-3, I could get a decent older micro four thirds camera with a set of lenses so that I can start doing photography and video right away. So unless there's a special discount with significant price reduction of the OM-3, I don't think OM-3 will be on my radar anytime soon. However, one thing that I want to mention as a key takeaway point of this video before I end it is that the OM-3 is a step in the right direction in my opinion, and this is very important. Imagine the journey of micro four thirds camera releases is almost like the journey of an airplane. With the G100 in 2021, it's like the airplane is slowly being towed away from the gate into the tarmac, and then with the release of the OM-1 Mark II, it's like the plane slowly moving on the tarmac, taxiing towards the runway, and then with the GH7 release, it's like the airplane is being very close to the runway, and now with the OM-3, it's like the airplane is just waiting for the takeoff clearance from the tower. That's how I felt about this journey. Hopefully the next camera after the OM-3 we will get what we want, the perfect micro four thirds compact camera that has the right set of features, that is priced reasonably, and then after that I think that will be the takeoff, the launch of the airplane of micro four thirds. And that wraps up today's video. So that is all my thoughts and observation regarding the OM-3. Hopefully this has been entertaining and useful for you. So please let me know on the comments down below. What do you think about the OM-3? Will you buy it? Please let us know on the comment down below. Also, if you have any question, please comment down below as well. I will try my best to answer them. Also, don't forget to support my channel by liking this video, sharing this video, subscribing to my channel down below. And if you want to support my work even further, consider using the affiliate links on the description below. Use the super thanks button to make a small donation to my channel, or purchase my Simplifying Travel Photography ebook course, link also in the description. Thank you, and I will see you on the next video. Goodbye.